Good morning, soul family. How are you guys doing today? It's going to be a humid one here today. So bizarre, isn't it? I mean, it is just bizarre for me how the weather coordinates and correlates with the mood and with the energy of what's going on. You know, I've got my little buddy the dove cooing right now, telling me to relax and take a breath. And I gotta tell you, I appreciate that because, fuck. You know, sometimes I really dislike the ability that I have to see. You know? How would you like to find out that someone you care about is working for a criminal? They're a good person and they're working for a criminal. And then, how would you like to find out that something that you have believed, actually at first you didn't believe it, and there's my dove. It's trying to get me to relax. At first you saw it for what it was, the truth of it, but then you talked yourself out of it because it just sounded too fantastic. So then you started to worry again because you were watching someone doing these horrible things. How do you know they're not an undercover cop? Stressing out. See, I see things. I don't ask to go there. For some reason, I'm being shown, right? And I see these things, horrible things happening, and I watch, and it goes through my mind. Are they an actor? Are they an undercover cop? Or are they actually really a criminal, you know? And you go through the various emotions because you don't know. And you can't really act. You don't want to, but you can't help but get emotionally involved because you care about them, right? But what if they can't tell you? They can't tell you because this is their job or, you know, whatever. All I know is I'm showing mirrors all the time, right? Mirrors of what's going on, and I know that my neighbor is a criminal and my landlord, you know, was going to work with him, and I told him finally, and I showed him some things that I saw, and it completely backed up. I mean, it was exactly what was happening. And what was interesting is I was not being shown through their story. I was being shown through someone else that I was watching. Someone else that I cared about. Now, on our side, I know my landlord's not an undercover cop. He's a good guy. But on the other side, I don't know that. And then you've got the story. What is that movie? Do you guys ever watch Suicide Squad? I never watched it because it was upsetting for me because I watched it in my dreams. You know? She did the crime and I'm doing the time. So somebody else does something. Remember yesterday's message about inheriting promises? Because of something you did, I have to do this to get our family out of this bullshit. I'm going to take the hit for you. And then they have to do time, and they're found out that they have gifts. Police find out they have gifts that they can use. So they're used like undercover cops when they're actually really not trained to be, and so it's quite scary for them. But and a lot of times, you know, they'll take criminals out of jail and reduce their sentences if they go into their same kind of work and, you know, inform or do whatever. But could you imagine if you were somebody who didn't do something and you were sent to jail and that was an option? You could cut your sentence if you went in and lived this life. Your whole life is on, you know, it would have been on hold anyway because you would have been in jail. So you got in trouble for something. You shouldn't have been involved with the people that you were. You shouldn't have covered for the people that you did. But now you're in a situation where you're looking like a bad guy. You're actually really not, but you're living that life. Remember, was it yesterday that said, Spirit wants you to obey the law, but learn how you can bend the letter of the law. So maybe you're not allowed to say something, but there's got to be something that you can do. Use your wits. All I know is I can tell you right now this morning, I hate my dreams. I hate the ability that I see, especially the people that I care about, because it's too unclear and it's so upsetting for me. And I'm going to make a fool out of myself believing one thing and finding out it's completely something different. You know, you're watching someone and you find out it's actually a movie. They're an actor. Wow. Thanks for letting me know. So this morning, here I'll let you guys choose. Today we're going to use the Desert Rose. This is Selenite. a type of selenite, right? It's very fragile. It's incredibly beautiful. When you see this, I've talked about this before, when you see this out in the light, it sparkles. It's just amazing. And look at how intricate this is. So delicate. Listen to that little bird. She wants me to happy up. And you know what? Spirit did get me to happy up. They knew what I watched last night. Because what I heard was about 2 years ago, they call the machine and he goes and he works for them. And I thought, how awful that they were taking this person and using their gifts. But that was that's what he did for his work. It sucked. Anyway, so Spirit knew as I was getting all of these messages, I'm watching somebody that I think I love who's acting like a criminal, and then I get a message that, he's doing this because he has to do it, and hasn't been able to tell you, or hasn't wanted to, or whatever. And then I'm mad at my gifts, and I get a message from Spirit. It's actually from a client of mine who's Spirit's helping me out. Whoops, I guess we are using that one. I wasn't going to use this one, but we are. Here's our stones. Selenite. This is a soulmate stone. This is called a Shiva Lingam stone. They call it a soulmate stone because it has both halves in one. It's like a twin flame stone. It's self-charging, right? They charge off of each other. They charge each other. And they're found in a river, the River Ganges in India. And I think it's the River Ganges. And because of the way the current moves, this is what happens. And every single one of the stones is in this shape. I've seen little ones like this, and I've seen giant ones. It's a pretty cool stone. My old best friend gave this to me. She no longer speaks to me because of something that was a complete misunderstanding. Sucks. And she never understood it, and I didn't know it for a long time. And anyway, I hold on to this. This is from her. I still have love in my heart. And then we have the Shamans Stone. I spoke to you guys about the Shamans Stone. How it looks like this on the outside, but when you polish it, it looks like this. And inside, talk about intricacy, right? The reason I fell in love with it, because I felt like it was the forest, and I could go in, and there's a river. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. This helps you astral travel. I mean, it's just gorgeous. Look at that sparkle when the light hits it. It's amazing. This is like going into your dreams, right? They're so intricate and so detailed, and they can show you one thing when it's actually something very different, right? Anyway, I wanted to tell you. So meditate on these three. It's just these three. That's it. 1, 2, 3. You can fast forward if you want. But I'm going to share what Spirit did to help me out when I was feeling so shitty this morning as I shuffle. My friend Liza, she was a client. She started out as a client, and actually on my work website, and then she found me here on Facebook, and I've worked with her for a really long time and watched her go through things, and she sent me a message this morning. It was really nice. It really helped me because, with my gifts on one hand, I'm thinking to myself, wow, I feel like an idiot. I feel like a complete fool that I understood all of this. I cried and I felt so bad, and here it ends up being that you're probably a cop, or you're just a fucking criminal, whatever. Anyway, so she goes, I just got a note from one of my friends, and she loves you. She listens to your videos daily. I said, oh, thank you. That's so nice. Thank you for saying. I'm glad she finds them helpful. And she says she's one of your clients now. I referred her to you a while back. And then she sends me the little message between them. Hey, girl, just checking in. By the way, I love Sherry Columbus. And she's like, let's chat tomorrow. Well, yeah, I do too. She's good. I've been listening to her videos regularly. And then my client says, many of what she said came true. And she goes, yup. And then my client says, the way she explained things is pretty cool. And the woman says, she's fucking awesome. So I find that pretty nice. Gosh, I'm getting a hit off of this alone, which makes me more annoying. Oh, I gotta let that go. So anyway, as I'm sitting here being upset about the fact that the gifts that I have, are so confusing, they can be, and yet even if what I'm being shown is a lie, even if, even what I'm shown is not really the true story of this person's life, it's just, let's go with me and pick out a couple decks. What I'm being shown has my mind working, right? And my reactions and how I deal with things, Spirit works with it. with whatever is going on in my life, whether it's, I mean, you know, whether I'm dealing with an undercover cop or a freaking criminal or somebody that's, you know, stuck in a situation because they're trying to help somebody out, whatever it is, whatever the story is, I'm in it, and Spirit uses it. And of course, my path is a spiritual path, and it's all about growth and helping and learning to deal with whatever we have to deal with and come about things in a kind, compassionate, loving way, right? So even if it's something that for me is a joke, in the end, I'm the joke. You know, laugh at me because I believe that to be true. Or, you know, wow, someone you really loved is a freaking criminal. Or, wow, that's really awful. Those people did that and now you had to do this. It doesn't matter. Spirit still used it. And I do the readings that I do. And the messages come out and everything connects. And because of the stories that, you know, play out in my life and the things that I watch, I have different perspectives on things. And I'm still able to use it in a way to help people. So Spirit's saying, don't be angry. That's probably the forgiveness. Don't be angry. Don't be hating, Sherry, that it's a lie. We're still using what you know in a way to help other people. So I'm grateful for that. Sucks for me on a personal level, from what I have to see and deal with, but I'm really, really glad that Spirit at least can take whatever happens in my life and use it in a way to benefit other people, because that's the most important thing to me. And thank you so much, Liza, for that. I told her, I said, wow, thanks a lot. I had a really shitty morning. And that was, I appreciate that more than, and she says, well, I mean it. And I said, well, I appreciate that more than I can actually even begin to tell you right now. So that was really nice. So I appreciate Spirit. I say thank you for that, you know. Spirit's been dropping quarters from heaven for me. If you guys watch that, it's amazing. You know how you walk along? I used to always see pennies. I used to see pennies. Maybe it has to do with your own feelings of self-worth. I think it does. Because I would see pennies, and I would always pick them up. And my nephews, you know, they had money. They had a lot of money that was given to them. I mean, as you know, when I would look at it, for a kid, they have all this money in their hand. And if it was change, they'd throw it on the ground. They'd throw it. Thought it was funny. And I said, what are you doing? It's nothing. It's not really worth anything. And I said, it all adds up. You know, they didn't have any respect for it, right? Anytime I would see like a penny, I would say, see a penny, pick it up all day long. You're going to get more money, right? That was my message from Spirit. I always felt that way. And I guess it's because I appreciate it, right? I was raised by a grandmother who grew up in the Great Depression, and she had a lot of money, but man, she worked her ass off to get it. And it was all about appreciating. So I've always had that. And then my friend said, what does it mean when I keep picking up dimes? And I said, Spirit's showing you're going to be taken care of. Well, what's been happening to me lately is I've been picking up quarters. So at 13 minutes in, here's your piles. Okay, here we go. So we're going to go for this. And I don't care. At this point, my mind's too all over the place. I mean, we can do it that way. What do they want to say to you? What do you want to say to them? And what does Spirit want to tell you both? I know already what Spirit's saying right now is that I did get a message that I keep getting the same message that whoever is in this situation working for this company or these people, and they keep promising you fame or that you're going to get somewhere with them, you're not. It's a lie. I don't know why you're not picking it up, and I don't know why I have to keep seeing it. Because I will tell you guys, if you guys are cops watching me, and I know you are, in some case, I don't choose to watch this. I don't want to watch this. I'm getting over it. I really am. I've been over it for a long time. But the fact that I've been getting quarters dropped on the ground, I think it has a lot to do with self-worth, because I used to pick up pennies, and then I picked up dimes, and then I picked up quarters. And so it's like, you know, it's about recognizing, you know, your gifts and who you are, and that you're worthy, and that's just confirmation from Spirit that I've been ascending to a higher level as far as feelings that I have for my own self, and I like that. I'm taking it that way. It also means that Spirit's going to financially take care of me, which I always know, as long as I stay on my path, and that it's hard work, because I never find the quarters until I'm on my way back around from my power walk, climbing the last big hill. So the last big hill is going to bring you the money. All right, here you're 14 minutes and 39 seconds in. First message. Feathered Omens. Oh, wow, check it out. This is kind of cool. Since yesterday we got this one in reverse. So yesterday we were told things were on hold. You see that little bird? Isn't that a cutest little bird? I just, my friend and I are making a deck, and we were trying to choose the cover of, what the cover card is going to look like. Like, say, this is the cover of the Angel Answers deck, right? That's what the deck looks like, and this is the Romance Angels. And she's like, what are we going to have for the cover of our deck? And of course, well, I can't tell you right now, but we were looking at different things, and this little bird, listen to them outside singing happy. They want us to lighten up our energy. Sitting on that little fir branch. I wonder if it's a blue spruce, my favorite fir tree. But there's frozen emotion by that little bird on that branch. Frozen emotion. But isn't that a beautiful little bird? And this little chickadee is telling you to discover and express the truth. Okay. Well, I just did, right? It's definitely, when he shows up to sing, it's about spring. So there's still snow on those little branches of fir, but spring's on its way. So it's like, I'm announcing the new beginnings. The new beginnings are here. But look at the little cap. See its little head? Looks like he's got a little black beard and he's wearing a little black beanie. But do you remember in... it's funny because somebody else brought it up yesterday. When I was in Canada, I grew up listening to this little children's TV show, and it was called Romper Room. It was when we were little. It's like kindergarten stuff, right? Or preschool, before school, Romper Room. And one of the things that they would say is, put on your thinking cap, right? So this little bird is reminding you, you need to put on your thinking cap. You need to keep your thoughts straight. And at this time, when this little bird shows up, you're going to get a greater understanding of things, truth, and perspectives about the shadows we've experienced, like what I've just talked about this morning. Isn't this just bizarre? Don't you just find that incredible? How spirit, how of all the decks, I picked this one. Of all the cards, this one comes up. This is how we know when spirit directs things, and how you know you're connected to spirit. That I chose to speak about. I was trying to decide if I should even, how to say what I wanted to say, because I don't want to get anybody in trouble. Anybody, if they are working undercover, I don't want to, fuck up their game. And I do want to protect people who I see things going down, because there's more than one person that watches these readings. And these readings affect so many people. And that's why Spirit allows the messages to come out. Because one story that I tell, that I see, is shown in several lives. Like I told you, I am with my landlord. I know my neighbor's a crook. I've seen the shit he does. And I know my landlord's not an undercover cop. But in another situation, the person that's in that situation is an undercover cop. They look like a bad guy, but they're not. And then in another situation, there's my friend or there's somebody else that's doing something and they're up to their neck in shit. And they better be careful because those people are undercover cops. And then there's the other one who is being made to do this, who doesn't want to do this, who's stuck in a bad situation. But I'm telling you right now, yesterday our message was, obey the law, but bend the letter of the law. So there's something that you need to do that maybe you're not supposed to say, but you better fucking do it. The other one is, if you feel you're stuck in a situation and there's no way out, yes, there is. And it could be, because remember, I don't know if you guys remember a while back, I was watching the Osprey in the air, and it was amazing. The Osprey is just an amazing, amazing, amazing character. And it was in the wind, and it was above me, and it was like the wind was standing still in the air. And I said, I said, it's time to go. The Osprey said, there's an opportunity now. You need to move on it now. And I said, what are you doing, buddy? You're flapping your wings and you're not getting anywhere. And right then, my landlord says, check it out. And there was a big plane coming. He goes, Big Brother's coming. And I looked at that Osprey and I said, Osprey, Spirit says the time to move is now. The opportunity is now. And if you don't get out, you're going to be fucked because Big Brother's coming. So you need to get out of there before it all goes down. And it's interesting because, so, as I said, so many other people watch this story. Now, there are so many different scenarios that are taking place. Everybody that's in a different situation has got to see it in a different way. And they get a message from Spirit. So I'm being shown things, right? I got to keep my head on straight because I'm being shown so many different varieties of what's going on, so many different scenarios of solutions, and so many different scenarios of stories that I'm watching. You know, who do you trust? Who do you not trust? I got to tell you right now, I don't trust anybody. I don't trust anybody but spirit. I don't trust the love of my life. And it's a really fucked up position to be in. And this is my guess because of my gifts, right? I don't trust anyone. Because there are so many things that look a certain way in their lives. And so we need to, at this time, Spirit's saying, we're going to be showing you. So keep your head on straight. And your dreams, your meditations, they're going to bring insight. They're going to bring confidence in the changes that are coming. So that's good, because I need that for myself. And the bird is singing like crazy outside, and I'm singing right now, right? This is me speaking, so I'm singing like crazy. So, probably I'm telling this story because I know why I'm telling this story, because Spirit wants me to tell this story, because somebody is in a place where they need to move out of there. They know that they're caught up in something, and maybe they think they're doing something to help another family member or a friend, but they're going to go to jail because the people they're dealing with are undercover cops. The other one is, dang, my cover's blown. The other one is, you're just a freaking criminal and you need to stay away from them. So, or they're a criminal and you need to stay away from them. So there's a lot of different things that are happening, and I'm grateful that I was able to see. So on one hand, I'm frustrated for my own life because of what I'm watching, but I was able to help my neighbor, my landlord, because he was going to get mixed up in something he shouldn't have done. And when I was able, he started to tell me a story, and when I was able to literally show him in my dream that I had seen exactly that, he's like, okay. So then he pulled away. So it helped him. So I know that by me discovering and expressing truth, it's helping people. Right now, lies and deceptions are going to be found out. So be truthful. Right now, Spirit says, now's the time to be truthful. Now's the time to sing, little bird. Because the truth is being found out. You need to be kind in the way you say it. So, okay, here's my deal. This is what's going on, but, blah, blah, blah. This little bird is fearless. This little bird is not afraid of anything. This little tiny chickadee, you would think it's funny. This chick's not afraid of anything because Spirit's on her side. I told you that yesterday. This little bird is not afraid of anything. It's so funny. It's kind of like the Napoleon complex or the small, the Chihuahua. Yesterday I told you guys I watched tug-of-war happening between a German Shepherd and a Chihuahua. And in the end, the German Shepherd dropped the sock and the Chihuahua ran off thinking she'd won. Right? I don't want to win a game. Told you that yesterday. I don't like games. I think they're fucked up. But that little Chihuahua had no fear of that German Shepherd, right? The German Shepherd could have just taken one bite and taken that Chihuahua's head off, but he didn't. He was patient. So in this dream, be kind about the truth telling. And you might say the truth hurts, but right now, it's about accepting and expressing the truth right now. And that little bird that's fearless and doesn't have any issues about taking on large birds might threaten those large birds, right? Even though that little Chihuahua is little, they don't see themselves as little. I've never felt little. I'm 5'2.5", and I told you my uncle was 6'3", or he is 6'3.5". My grandfather was 6'3". My cousins are 6'3". There are all these tall men around me, so I don't look up to them. I never looked up to them. Isn't that weird? I don't feel small. I always wore chunky shoes too. I don't now. Now, isn't that interesting? I always wore high chunky shoes, but now I don't. I wear little flip-flops. I don't need to wear chunky shoes, but I still don't have any fear. So, right now, anything that you feel threatened by, Spirit says it's going to pass. Don't worry about it. And they're telling you, show no fear. Don't be afraid. The truth is going to win. The truth is going to be the winner. You want to know about winning? That little Chihuahua ran off with a sock because the little Chihuahua knew the truth of the matter. That German Shepherd was a family dog and was not allowed to touch that little Chihuahua. Because if that dog had snapped at that little Chihuahua when the Chihuahua was playing there, that dog would have been punished. So the little Chihuahua ran off victorious, and the German Shepherd sitting there going, all right, fine, right? So many messages. This makes me laugh. So do pay attention to your dreams and your meditations and your visions. Hopefully you won't get them so clear like I do that they're so convoluted, you know. Hopefully you'll be able to put your thinking cap straight on, and what you do is you ask Spirit, okay, you know, this is what I originally believed, and then I was talked into believing, no, it's not the truth, and so I went to something different. But it didn't feel good. That felt really bad. It makes me think of the John Mayer song, When They Own the Truth, When They Own the Truth. John Mayer. And this is why Spirit gave me this song yesterday. I was walking on my power walk. It's called Waiting on the World to Change. And me and all my friends were all misunderstood. You would be if you were an undercover cop, wouldn't you? They all say we stand for nothing and there's no way we ever could. Now we see everything that's gone wrong with the world and those who lead it. We just feel like we don't have the means to rise above and beat it. Now think about, you know, people have, you know, so many different feelings about police, you know. I hate cops, or, but they put their life on the line, and sometimes, yes, they do abuse their position of authority. But I'm looking at that German Shepherd, and that German Shepherd is a police dog, right? He's very gentle and he's very loving. He's got meanness in him because he has to be because of his job, but it's so gentle and loving to that little Chihuahua. So it's hard, you know, it depends on what side of the law you're on, right? If you're living a decent life, you don't hate the cops. If you're living a shitty, fucked up life, you got issues with cops. Now, sometimes, like I said, they abuse their authority, and that sucks. Like in this particular song. Say you're working and you have to do things a certain way, and it affects your family and the people in your life. If we had the power to bring our neighbors home from war, they would have never missed a Christmas, no more ribbons on their door. And when you trust your television, what you get is what you've got. Because when they own the information, they can bend it all they want. That's why we're waiting on the world to change. We're waiting on the world to change. It's not that we don't care. We just don't know. We just know that the fight ain't fair. It's not fair, right? Sometimes things just aren't fair, and it really sucks. Like what's going on in our political environment, you know? You see somebody that's president doing things, and you're just like, you feel powerless to stop. I signed petition after petition counteracting all the fucked up shit that he's done about the animals that he's allowing to be butchered and the forest that he's wanting to cut down, my giant sequoias, and all the stupidity that he's trying to do. But, you know, you feel powerless. But, you know, you're not powerless. We're not powerless, because every person that signs those petitions makes a difference. And you're not going to be, this little Chickadee is the Eiffel Tower. You're not going to put a fucking bag over this monument, a gag, and stop us from saying what we want to say. And because at the end of his song, he's talking about one day we will rule the world. One day we will make the decisions, right? Right now, the ones in authority are doing this, that, and the other, and we feel powerless. But we're not powerless. We are affecting change. And as spiritual people, we are affecting change. As I said before, this world is way too beautiful for our Father to allow morons to blow it up by going into nuclear war. It's not going to happen. We will affect change. So we got to keep our thinking cap on straight and try and figure out, okay, so this is what I've been shown. This is what I felt. And remember what Spirit says, if it doesn't feel good, think something different. Well, what I originally saw, I didn't like, but I understood it. And then when the reason, you know, if they own something, they can plant information. They can plant things. Like I told you, the information I got yesterday, I said I almost didn't believe it. I felt like it was a trick. I was given names. I was given... But everybody, you know, they watch our phones. They watch our computers. So it goes back to not trusting what I see on my phone, not trusting what I see in messages. I have to trust what the animal messengers tell me, because God controls them, not my phone, not my computer screen. And when my mind says that's got to be a trick, that's way too clean. And how did they get every single name? They want me to believe this, right? That was my first impression. I'm going to stick with that, because when they own the information, what you get is what you got. I don't believe anything I see on television, on my phone, on my computer screen, if they name my brother and my sister and my lover and his brother and mother and sister, and they try and tell me a story and it all plays out there, how do you think they got that information? From your phone. It's called catfishing. Because have you ever noticed you've had a conversation with somebody and then immediately up pops that advertisement on your phone? My landlord's like, how did that happen? And I said, because they watch everything you do. There is no privacy. But you can't control the animal messengers. You might even be able to plant things in my dreams, but I hold on to that quartz. And so I ask the Father to show me. So this is why they want you to keep your thinking cap on straight. And in your life, it probably won't be that crazy. But in my life, it's because I'm connected to something I shouldn't be connected to, right? So they try and manipulate things. So you ask for the animal messenger to show me. Show me the truth of this situation, Father, in my animal messengers. Or as I'm walking along the street where I see messages and signs, because I can't be controlled that way. Don't trust anything you see on your phone or on your computer or on your television. Don't trust anything people tell you. Don't trust them unless you know 100% this person can be trusted. Because nothing is as it seems, and Spirit continues to tell us that. And I'm sorry that this has to be so heavy, but this is the message. Don't be afraid of it and recognize the truth will come out. See? Spirit says remain positive. Remain positive. Don't get stuck in fear over it. Just keep your thinking cap on straight. And I would say, and what Spirit wants me to tell you to say, is trust in your intuition, even if it doesn't make sense. I believed it from the very beginning. I saw what I saw. And people didn't want me to believe that story. They didn't want that known. So they planted information. And it makes you look like me, would make me feel like I'm stupid or, crazy if I were to repeat it. I know what I see. So Spirit's saying remain positive. Keep an optimistic attitude. Don't allow it to dumb you, to make you upset like it did for me this morning. That's why Liza came right away and gave me that message. That's why that beautiful yellow warbler is singing. Happy, happy, happy singing. It's, come on, Sherry. Do your job. Spirit's using you. Even if it is fucked up with the story that you've been embroiled in, we're still able to use this to help people, right? Because there's a lot of people that need to hear this information for different reasons. So just focus on that and do your job. And that's what I took a picture as I was walking yesterday. I don't know if you guys are on my, I think I shared it on my fan page, my Angel's Whisper page. I was walking on my power walk when I saw, before I was given the quarter. So maybe that message is you only have a quarter of the truth. Could be telling you that. But this is what I watched as I was walking up the hill. This is on my way, down on my walk. I was up the first little hill. And I looked at that and I thought, look at that. And it's interesting because it's a beautiful picture, but the sun itself, the picture that I took, what I saw myself was so much more beautiful than this because I could see the sun sitting like this glowing orb. It was darker. It was like orange. It was beautiful. And the sky was blue. It was amazing. And I'm coming up this hill and I thought, and this is what Spirit's telling me. And my message that I actually put yesterday, what I heard in my head is stay on your illuminated path and follow as the light leads you to the divine masculine. So stay on your path, Sherry. Do your spiritual work. The sun is illuminating your path. The divine masculine is illuminating your path. The divine masculine is my highest self. I have the divine masculine within me, right? My twin is the divine masculine, but I am also my twin, right? So we all have the divine masculine, which speaks about forward movement. The sun makes everything grow. Without the sun, this planet would die. So stay on, look at that, follow the yellow brick road. This is brick, this is yellow. Stay on, and stay on your side of the path. There's that side of the path, which is what I'm watching and I don't want anything to do with. And then there's my side of the path where it's safe. When I walk up the hill, I need to stay on this side. Following my illuminated path where I'm safe inside the yellow lines. When I come back, I'll go on this side. But I'm always on the inside of the yellow lines. When I follow Spirit, I'm safe. The divine masculine is always also bright and happy. The sun was happy. It was a beautiful picture. Funny, yesterday, 2 days in a row, Spirit gave me quarters. And I said, well, here I have $0.50 of $1. So at the time I said, well, here, bring me the other half. And I literally said that, and then I had my dreams. I was thinking something different, as in, bring me my other half, my partner. But in all actuality, I only had a half of the truth. First, I only had a quarter of the truth. Then I got to half of the truth. And now Spirit's saying, we're going to bring you the truth. So remain positive. Keep your thoughts focused on the light and on the good. Spirit says you are moving towards what it is that you have been desiring, and you're going there quickly. But only if you can remain positive. So if I got into that funk and I stayed in that negative space and I was angry, I mean, I've literally said to Spirit, shut it down. I've asked, shut it down. I don't want to watch this family. I don't want to watch this shit. I don't want it in my life. It made me angry. But I watched it anyway, because it's not all about me, and it's not all about that family. It's about my spiritual work. And I have chosen to, and I all along said I would do my spiritual work. So for you, sometimes we're in a situation, right, that we don't like, and we want out of it. But if we stay on our spiritual path, we'll understand why we need to be there and what we're learning. And we need to keep our optimistic attitude. We need to stay positive, even in the worst of circumstances. Because just like the sun, if the sun wasn't there, we would die. If we don't hold on to a cheerful, positive attitude, we will die. We will die inside. Our insides will die. Our joy will die. The life within us will die. Our dreams will die. We can't have that happen. Nobody and nothing is worth taking that from us. So maintain your cheerful attitude. Listen to the birds sing. I'm going to go today after I get dressed. I might be able to take a couple calls quickly, but I'm going to meet my best friend for lunch. I haven't seen her in a long time, my friend Julie. And that's going to make me happy. So if you are in a place that's feeling difficult, if your plans are taking a really long time to manifest, Spirit's telling you, you soon are going to see a change. And they don't want you to lose hope. And I hate that word. They don't want you to lose confidence. I'm going to shift hope to confidence in your dreams, because they're so close. It's like, don't quit right before the miracle, right? And it's always darkest before the dawn. The same lame, cliche comments and little, quotes that everyone hates to hear. It is the truth. And I heard yesterday, yeah, you've been hearing this. It's coming. It's right there. It's right there. And you're like, yeah, right. You know what? I've been hearing this so long that I'm just not even paying attention. It's like, fuck it. You know what? Forget it. And you just stop even thinking about it. And then it happens. And that's probably why it happens, because at that point, you've surrendered, right? That's what I said to Spirit. I don't even want to watch this fucking family anymore. Just take me out of it. Over it. I don't care who I thought I loved. I'm over it. So then, Spirit says, work-related concerns. Well, there's the answer, right? What's this to do with work? Yeah, that's what I thought all along from the very beginning. Always trust your first intuition, right? So this is what he wants you to know. I got it. Thanks. I got it. I got it 4 years ago. So for you, the person in your life, they have work-related concerns. They want you to understand that with whatever's going on. Maybe it's you that has work-related concerns, and Spirit's asking you to remain positive. Things are going to work out for you. And it's actually happening a lot sooner than you realize, even though you're sick of hearing that. That is the truth. And maybe those lies and the truths that you're going to be uncovering has to do with something at your work. And maybe you've had work-related concerns and there's been problems at work, right? And issues that you're going through. But that's going to be coming to light. People are going to find out about it, and it's going to be taken care of. Whatever the situation is, work-related concerns, Spirit says remain positive. It's going to happen. It's going to be either found out. It's either going to be settled. It's going to be getting better for you, your work-related concerns. And Spirit wants you to keep your thinking cap on straight. And do not put your trust in what other people say. If you don't know them 100% inside and out, don't. Don't listen to gossip. Don't listen to gossip. Please don't listen to gossip. Even in your dreams, if you don't understand your dreams, if they can't be corroborated in front of you, don't get yourself in a twist over them. Put your thinking cap on straight and get your messages through your animal messengers. I can't beat that to death enough. How very valuable the animal messengers are. They are crystal clear. Okay. At 39 minutes and 55 seconds in, we go to our next pile, which is the Shamans Stone. And I've got my muscovite mica and my crystal quartz amplifier that I was given in the mountains pointing straight at me right now. It's charging me. Interesting. I just did that. It's charging you guys too. So if you want to know why we're all being charged with muscovite mica, I got to take a breath right now. Like I want to hit somebody right now. Seriously. I want to hit myself, but I'm not. So I want to hit the other person. The muscovite mica, it aids in solving issues. It aids in stimulating your mind. It gives you awareness to your higher self. It's about problem solving for everyone. And it's being pointed at all of us, you guys. So it's going to help you. If you are someone who picks up things psychically, who's a remote viewer, who is a lucid prophetic dreamer, if you just get visions and knowing, it helps you because it has strong metaphysical properties. When you get side effects from your psychic powers, a lot of times we feel like you got voices that are driving you crazy. This is for me. I need this to balance myself because of the shit that I see all the time. If you have a problem being clumsy, remember that left, right? I get dyslexia sometimes. Isn't it weird? It just happens. I look at my hand, I look down at what I'm writing, and I'm like, what? So it helps with that. Helps you live in the now and let go of what is coming, that you're freaked out about or what happened. It's just today has to unfold right now. And if you allow today to unfold as it's meant to, then the future unfolds as it's meant to. That's the message. So, oh man, I'm just getting a side message from muscovite mica. It's named after a place in Russia, the Red Army. Oh God, I'm getting so many messages. It comes in different colors. This isn't the only color. I've seen it when I was at Soulscape in Encinitas. I looked at it, and it was the ones that I saw there that were not nearly as beautiful as this. I love this kind of rosy, warm, it's just a rosy pink color. I love this, like a woody rose color. This is the color of my eyeshadow, very natural. I love this. But it comes in, the ones I saw there were white. They had white, yellow, violet and blue. Wouldn't that be beautiful? Or pink and green. That would be gorgeous. The green one that is the same stone, it's got a different name though. It's called fuchsite. And it's the rose red, which is the pinkish rose, kind of like this, right? These are the most common. The green is becoming more popular. And the blue is what I want to find. That one comes from Australia, and it's under the name blue lepidolite. Oh my God, you guys. Oh my God. Something I learned today that I didn't even think about. Why I'm so in love with lepidolite. I'm so in love with lepidolite. I've got to show you. This is why I'm so in love with it. I've got it everywhere. This is lepidolite. Isn't this the most beautiful? Oh, I freaking love it. Delicate, but fantabulous. Multi-layered and multi-dimensional. Here it is in the tumbled form. It's not as cool in the tumbled form, right? I like it in raw, organic. I like things real. And as I say that, I'm seeing a cougar's head here. I don't know if you guys can see it. The ear on top. The forehead. These are the eyes right here. Eye, ears. That's the other ear on the other side. This is the snout and the mouth. It's also a panther. But the cougar came forward because the cougar says, own your power, step into your power. You might feel delicate, but it's your delicacy and the intricacy that you have that makes you so strong. Own your power. Freaking love it. Do you know that lepidolite has lithium in it? So it helps with bipolar depression. Freaking amazing stone. Sometimes I feel like I'm bipolar because of the messages that I get, and I go one way, then I go another. And it's related to this as well. The desert rose. It's just amazing. These are my favorite stones. Shocking, right? So it'll help you if you've been unintentionally holding yourself back from, maybe you don't realize you're self-sabotaging and you're not moving forward in your life. You're waiting for somebody to give you something easy instead of do the hard work yourself. Or maybe you really want something, but you're holding yourself back because of self-sabotage fear. This helps you with that. It helps you look at the past and learn from it, and then understand that you need to allow what's going on in the present. Helps you, it's a reflection stone. So reflects part of you, like, it helps you reflect back to parts of your own life that you need to be aware of, and parts of yourself that you need to look at. Because those are the parts that are holding you back from being your full potential. As I showed you the other lepidolite, you know, you felt delicate and maybe, but there was so much depth to you and so much intricacy, and that is actually your strength. So it's recognizing the truth of your life and allowing you to feel a deeper degree of unconditional love for yourself, because you can't love others unconditionally until you can love yourself. It helps you with your connecting with spirit guides. So that's very helpful, you know, so that you're not getting the outside influence, but you're getting it from your highest self. And the ones that you can do that mostly with are the pink and the red colored ones. So this lepidolite, I mean, this is muscovite mica. That's what this is. It's just a trip. Muscovite. This is the tumbled. So muscovite mica. So lepidolite, muscovite mica, the desert rose, they're all mixed in the Shamans Stone. Under different names because of the ways you see them, right? So this is the same form. So if you need to carry this with you, you can carry this. Like I can carry something like this in my bra, but I can carry this in my bra, right? I always put it in my bra. You guys might want to put it in your pocket or on your work desk or whatever. But as I said, muscovite mica, lepidolite in this form. They're all kind of tied together. All right, there's your little lesson. Peacock. Okay, let me make sure I did this right. Yeah, peacock is, well, bummer. Peacock is in reverse, because generally the peacock is the one that resembles most the phoenix rising, which would be resurrection. So if the peacock is in, you know, well, I should tell you a little bit more about the peacock in the upright, because you should know it. Because if the peacock comes forward for you, sometimes we see things in reverse for other people, because I remember I told you how a lot of people just jump and skip forward to their messages, but the other ones will pay attention to the entire reading. And I would encourage you to pay attention to the entire reading, because there's messages for everybody in all of the messages. So you may look at this and the person got it in the whoever chose this pile got it in the reverse condition, but you may get it in the upright. So the peacock appears, it's about death, rebirth, and resurrection. And you have to understand that you go through a period of, you know, you have to go through that death period if you see it in the upright before you can get to the resurrection. And it talks about whatever was lost, you know, is going to be coming forward for you. You'll understand why things didn't work out, because everything's about the right timing, right? Now in reverse, you're not looking at things from the right perspective. You might be seeing something you should, you're not seeing something that you should. So you're looking at something and you're seeing it the wrong way. You may be reading into more that's more into what's going on than actually is. Like, remember I told you, what I watched, I could see it in 3 different ways. Right? One is horrible. One is, oh wow, that's a shock. One is, oh, that's not so great. Right? There's so many different ways of looking at it. So here is a message. That what you're looking at might not be what you're seeing. You're reading more into it, or you're not seeing something that you should. Whatever it is, there's a shadow. There's a shadow. Because the first messages that we got was the truth's going to come out. So something that you're seeing isn't right. And this shadow, that it's like there's the birth, the death, the shadow, and the resurrection. That's how it works. So it's part of this cycle. And the resurrection and the new birth, they follow the shadow, but only when you let go of what is not in your highest good. So what I'm looking at, Spirit needs to make clear for me, if I'm not looking at an undercover cop, if I am looking at a criminal, you know, like I watched with my neighbor, or whatever it is, whatever your story is, whatever, if you say you're looking at something, you're like, okay, well, I could be seeing this in 3 different ways or 4 different ways or whatever. Then you need clarification. Spirit says that clarification is coming. Because right now, what you are looking at, you're not seeing right. Because remember the message I said I had that Spirit keeps wanting me to give and somebody's not hearing it? Is that you're thinking somebody's going to help you? Just like my landlord. I've been talking to him for months about this, trying to get him to see that this guy that he wants to work with is a crook. You know, and my landlord's not. He's a good guy. And so there is somebody who is in something with somebody else, and they are freaking criminals. They're promising you something. And it may not be that they're an actual criminal that's going to go to jail, but they're promising you something that you are never going to get. You're never going to get that promotion. You're never going to get that money. You're not getting it. They're lying. They're a crook. They're taking from you. They're using you so they can get what they want, but they're not going to come clean with their offer. So you know who I'm talking to, whoever this message is for, because you already have an inkling. You already have an idea. So the message could be for me too. Maybe you're in a third-party situation. This is never coming through. So let go of it and move on. And when you do let go of it and you turn your attention to more things that are more in line with who you are and your path and what's in your highest good, then you'll laugh like the peacock. Right now the peacock's crying. Spirit wants you to laugh in the difficult circumstances. It's like, wow, that's really what was going on? You got to be kidding. So instead of me hitting you, I'm going to laugh about it, right? Although I want to hit you first. You got to keep a sense of humor. You know, if you are separating from something, a group, a job, if your plans completely collapse. Remember, we've gotten that message before. Sense of humor. Archangel Michael said, have a sense of humor about the situation. And you're like, really? Really? You think I'm going to laugh about this? This is not funny. I've just put 4 years into something and it's completely garbage. Okay, but you need to learn to laugh at yourself, because we've been trying to show you all along this isn't going to fly, and you didn't want to hear it. So it's really not us that have done this to you. It's you that's done this to yourself. So the sooner you can laugh at it, the easier you can let it go and move forward. Because even when something falls apart, there's a reason it falls apart. It falls apart in your highest good. And that's when we don't laugh until we get to the other side and realize how we were protected or why it fell apart. Oh my God, I worked so hard. I stuck in there. I was so loyal. I believed in you. I trusted you, and blah, 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 blah. And then you finally find out and you're so angry, and then you get over it and you let it go. And then you realize that. And then all of a sudden, like, say it's a guy or a girl, right? The perfect woman walks into your life right after you finally realize that this one was a freaking bimbo. This one was a fucking user. This one was playing you the whole time. This one was never going to leave their partner. They told everyone that they loved them. They said that they were in a relationship that wasn't real, right? Oh no, it's in marriage only. We're not really together. We don't live together. Well, the whole time they're living together. Spirit was trying to show you the whole time you're being played. And finally you walk away and realize this person has just fucked me over. All they wanted was, they wanted me because they wanted a pretty boy toy, or they wanted me because they wanted a pretty girl on my arm, or they wanted my money, or they wanted me to, give what I could give them. But it was never going to be there for me. And so I went through all of this because I didn't listen to Spirit's signs. I didn't listen. And then I finally let go of it, and I'm hurt and I'm crushed. But then all of a sudden I meet the person of my dreams, and I realize, wow, I had lessons to learn. I had to learn what true love really is, what a real friend is. I had to learn to be able to see that myself, and I couldn't have seen it. It's like, you can't see the shadows without the light, right? You can't see it. So you had to go through it, and then you laugh, and then you're like, wow, thank you that didn't work out. Because can you imagine if I had hooked up with that freaking, what is the word? Scam artist? Oh my God. The person was running game on everybody. And you thought it was going to be different for you. Why? They run game on everyone. Why would it be different for you? So now you're going to get your rewards. So Spirit says, whatever it is that you weren't seeing or you're not listening to, learn to laugh at it and recognize if you keep your sense of humor, even whatever it is that fell apart can be turned into something fantastic, because you have learned something in this debauchery. Perfect timing. So many answers that come forward. Now, here's your answer. I'm going to do it really simple. Spirit said to me, keep it simple, stupid. Sometimes I get real deep. So, should I do this? Yes, it's the perfect time. Why has this not happened? Because it's all about divine timing. But if it is if the answer is yes, this is the time. If you're asking, should I move on this? Yes, it's the perfect time to dive into it. Whatever it is that you've been waiting for, do not delay. This is the time to dive in. Move forward. Don't hesitate. Don't procrastinate. Because right now, Spirit has got things aligned. They have the doors open. Look at these 2 rainbows coming in. It's like they're parting the curtains right now for you to step through. The conditions are ready. It's like picking a cherry that's bursting with juice off the tree. Now's the time. And if you don't feel like you're ready, it's funny. My friend Sandy was watching, I told you yesterday I was supposed to go do that course online, and I didn't. It was working with crystals and Reiki and singing and blah, 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 blah. And I didn't go. And for some reason, I could have stopped my recording and gone, but for some reason my higher self told me it wasn't for me. She hadn't finished her Reiki course. She needed to go, right? It was important for her. And I asked her, what did you find? And she says, pretty much everything. You've already talked about it. You know it. I needed to do it. So basically, the whole reason for me to be connected with that at all was to encourage her to go. And she did. She needed to get the fire lit under her. And she said to me at the time, I didn't think I was ready. I was nervous about doing it. And I said, this wouldn't happen if you weren't ready. And so the whole reason, see, sometimes we go through something and something is brought to us and it isn't for us, it's for someone else. So it's like for me with all these stories, right? It isn't about you. It isn't just about you. It's for all these people. So some people will be watching me talk, right? And they're thinking, oh my God, she's telling my secrets. She knows my stories. It's not all about you. There's thousands and hundreds of thousands of people that watch and learn these videos, right? There's so many people that watch these videos and tell other people and tell the stories. It goes on and on and on. So right now, you may not feel prepared. Just like Sandy didn't feel she was prepared. But you are prepared. You are ready. And Spirit's telling you, this is the perfect time. So if you have been hesitating, Spirit says, we want you to reconsider. Reconsider it. Something that you pushed away, reconsider it. It's the time. Perfect time. Maybe it wasn't right then. Maybe things weren't lined up then, but they are now. So now we want you to reconsider it. Maybe they want you to reconsider someone, something, a project, because now's the perfect time. Now, this is interesting because that's what was going on here. You're not looking at something right. You're looking at the shadow of something. You're not seeing it the way you should. There's a shadow hanging over this from the past. Spirit wants you to change your focus. They want you now to reconsider something that you had put away or didn't think was going to work, because now's the perfect time. Remember before I've said the right person, but you're on different timelines? It would have been great then. It would have been great if we had been lined up then, but we weren't. But now we are. So it wouldn't have worked out then. But now it's time to reconsider this, because now it would. Interesting. Okay, at 57 minutes, I'm not doing as bad as I thought. We're going to go into the last one, which is the Soulmate Stone. This is a really cool stone to hold in meditation. It feels good. I've gone to sleep with this in my hand. You want to call your soulmate in. If you want to connect to your soulmate, you hold on to your Soulmate Stone, right? And it's interesting that you would think that this would fall out of my hand as I sleep, but I hold it on my left hand, which is inside the bed, and I don't. My hand holds on. I hold on. It's interesting how I say that. I hold on to my soulmate. It makes me think about the otter, which I keep seeing all morning. I've been seeing the otter. I woke up in the middle of the night to write my dreams down, of course, right? And as I'm writing my dreams down, I get pinged by comments and messages on Facebook. And I got to tell you, there was probably about 5 different otter messages. And the otters, they hold on to each other's hands while they sleep so they don't drift apart. And so I just said that. I hold on to my soulmate in my sleep, and I don't let go. So sleep also represents not being able to see something correctly, right? If you're sleeping, you're not awake. You're not aware. So isn't it interesting how my mind starts to work when I see these stones? That's why, see, the stuff that you get, the gossip and people that plant ideas in your phones and your computers and the TV and all that bullshit, that can cause you confusion. But this can't. When I pick up this stone and my higher self starts to talk, that is coming from Spirit, right? That is not coming from gossip, from planted evidence, from somebody trying to make me believe something that isn't true. I hold a soulmate stone, and the first thing that came to mind was the fact that I hold on to it when I sleep, and you would think I would drop it, but I don't. And that immediately brought to mind my animal messenger. And I trust my animal messengers, right? They're truthful. The animal, the otter, this is the one who uses their spiritual awareness and their devotion as a way of moving forward progressively. This is about renewing the joy in your life, and it balances out the heavy, serious stuff. No wonder my higher self wanted to talk about the otter at this time, right? And how even in my sleep, even when I'm not aware, because if you talk about sleep, you're not consciously aware of what's going on. You're sleeping, right? It's your subconscious. But if people, and we call them sleepwalkers, people that are not awake. But if I don't know the truth of something, I'm asleep to it, right? But even in my sleep, even when I don't know the truth of it, I'm still holding on to my soulmate. I don't let it go even in my sleep, even when I'm not aware of what's going on, even when the truth is cloudy. The otter wants you to focus on the wonderful things. Remember, Spirit's been talking about that already today. Focus on the good. Use that magic to help you let go of whatever stresses you're holding on to. Because the joy that we get, I keep hearing that I mean, is it the yellow warbler or is it the red finch? I mean, they need to show up and show me who they are. I saw the yellow warbler, but I also saw the finch. Come up and show me who you are. Because it could also be the mockingjay. Because the mockingjay makes sense to me. The mockingjay mimics, right? They can sound like a cat. They can sound like any other bird. They are a chameleon. They are a shapeshifter. They are my twin. And they are mockingjays. And there are two, right when I said that, two doves landed on the wall, the fence to my neighbor's yard. Come on, Sherry, open them up. Do you see them right down there? They're on either side of the bar. There's one there and one there, the pair. I've been telling you guys, I've been hearing the dove all day. The dove is about keeping calm, relaxing. And that is what the otter's telling you to do. Just relax. I'm going to show you a picture of an otter. This is what came to my mind. And as they sleep, they hold on to their partner. But that's relaxing in your emotional waters. And the otter wants you to take time out to play. Maybe get yourself busy doing some creative activity or something that you find fun. You find fun doing. Because, you know, I'm thinking about right now, me holding on to my soulmate even when I'm sleeping, even when I don't, because I do hold him in my sleep. I put his head on my chest and I hold him. And I hold on to this in my sleep and I don't drop it. Even when I'm not aware of what's going on, I hold it tight. When our energy holds on, when our energy is connected to another, and we allow ourselves to get upset or stressed out or worried, even if we see them in situations that are difficult, if we go, it's like going into that mud puddle with the white dog to try and get it out. That doesn't help the dog. And I do need to speak out. Of course, I've got people commenting about that, and I need to bring that up. Anyone who knows me, if there was a white dog in a mud puddle and they couldn't get out, I don't care what was happening. I would dive in there. Okay? Clearly, it's a metaphor. If you jump into a mud puddle to pull somebody out, and they don't want to come out of that mud puddle, you're not helping anybody because they don't want to come out. They like it in there. They want to stay in that cesspool. They want to hang out with the bimbos. They want to hang out with the players, with the big ballers. That's what they like. They like the attention. They like the free sex. They like the non-commitment. That's what they want. If you get into that, you're going to get that filth on you. That's what I meant, okay? I had to bring that up because people were saying, what? You wouldn't go in? And I mean, I'm the biggest animal activist there is. Of course I would go in. And even if it was a friend, if they couldn't figure out how to get out of there, but they were asking for help, I would dive in. But if they continue to keep doing, people could say they want help, but they don't want to stop. I'm sorry, but they keep doing the same thing again and again. They're not sorry. They don't want out. When you want out of something, you find a way out. That's why Spirit said, it's a yellow warbler, by the way. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's a yellow warbler on that branch. I asked for it to come forward and she did. So that's who's singing the song. Yellow, keep it happy. If that friend that you've been trying, there's a song, If I Could Help a Friend. I would have stayed up all night if I could have helped a friend. It's the person who says, look, this is the way it is. I'm here for you. But the person keeps going back to their drugs. And eventually they overdose. It's not your guilt. You tried to help. But do you want to really get involved in all of that stuff to the point where they don't want help? It's a sad situation, but they don't want help. Energetically, now Lily, this beautiful little spoiled one. Hi, baby girl. I love her. I do love her. But if somebody that you do love habitually won't stop, you can't stay in that cesspool. You can hold on energetically, love. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Love. Your energy affects the situation to anyone that you're connected to. So if you lift your energy, that's how you help that one that's in the cesspool. That's how you help your family member who doesn't want out of that trouble. By keeping yourself in the light, by keeping yourself on your spiritual path, by keeping your energy up high. Because that, if you're connected to someone, your positive energy will affect them in a positive way. But if you go into there, you both go down. So I know, chicken, do you want to go outside? The door's open. She wants attention. I'm going to get off the phone as soon as I do this. I'm going to come out. Hold on. What do you want me to see? What? She says, I want treats. She doesn't eat anything but treats. Here. Here. The one thing that I am going to say about that and why I stopped is because sometimes she can't get that for herself. I have to get that for her. So that is the person who is asking for help, right? Asking. I can't get it myself. I'm asking you to help me. Now, if she could do it herself, that would be different. She can't. That's why I helped her. Okay? So the otter. God, there's a lot with this whole thing coming up, right? The otter wants you to allow yourself the freedom to relax and let go of whatever it is that's stressing you out. They want you to know that you need to take care of yourself first, because you can't be useful to others if you don't take care of you. So just in that situation, if my little princess Tiger Lily, someone that I love, can't seem to help herself, and she's asking for my help, this could be a person in your life, right? But it's wearing you out. It's drawing you. You're up at night. You have to take care of yourself. You are not responsible for the world. You are not Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman all rolled into one. You cannot save the world. You have to take care of yourself. And the otter is telling you at this time, you need to also put your life first. You can't put everybody else first. It's about you, loving yourself. Loving yourself. To keep yourself whole, the dark and the light. Yes, you want to help. Yes, you're an honorable person. But you can't save the world. So right now, you have to accept your life for what it is. It is the way it is. That's the only way that you can move forward. You have to embrace the good and the bad, see the dark and the light within here, and find the joy in the moment. But it's about, if you don't do this, if you continue, because you know what you're doing, you're procrastinating on purpose. You're keeping yourself busy, saving somebody else so that you're not facing your own life. That's what's going on. And if you do take care of yourself first and love yourself first and embrace the good and the bad and seek the joy in the moment of for your own life, then you're manifesting freedom and love for yourself. And at this time, we have to honor not only ourselves, but others' rights as well. Allow them to be as they are. Allow things to unfold. I mean, it is what it is. I don't want that to happen. I love that person. I'm trying to save them. Yeah, well, you know what? They've chosen that. They've chosen that. A lot of times people are professional victims because that's how they keep you there. They get attention that way. They don't have to do anything. A professional sick person, professional, you know those people. It gets old. So we do need to make sure that we take care of ourselves. You need to get to the place where you know how to set boundaries and limit what you give to other people. This is also a reminder, this stone that I'm holding and the fact that the otter came up with this whole story, this is reminding you to rekindle a lost relationship, but in the way that the otter does, playfully. I gave this message to my client yesterday. What you need to do is say something funny, send them something funny. And she did. And she goes, I did. They didn't respond. And I said, no, she says they responded, but they didn't say anything about that. And I said, well, you got their attention, right? They responded. You got what you wanted. So whatever you can do, keep it light and keep it happy. It makes you happy and it will help the situation. Yay! There's my girl. There's the Red Hawk. Love. Gosh, my girlfriend Sandy and I were talking about the Red Hawk. I was looking at different pictures of Red Hawks. There is a Red Hawk, you guys. Oh, I can't tell you. I can't show you it. But there's a Red Hawk that you wouldn't believe the color of this Red Hawk. It is, you would look at it and you would think that it's like you know how people take pictures, and my friend Brian Shell on my Facebook page, he takes pictures that were already taken and he adds color to them. But it was almost like if you were to look at this hawk, it's like a psychedelic hawk. It's like you're looking at this hawk on like you're on mushrooms or something. The colors of this hawk was almost like a parrot. It was amazing, but it's a real hawk. It's amazing. It's amazing. So what I'm getting is this hawk has so much color in their life. They have so much depth and beauty, and the hawk is the messenger. The hawk sees things from a higher perspective. I love the hawk. This is my main totem that came to me upon awakening, because this is my job. This is Archangel Gabriel, the messenger. I'm in love with the hawk because she works with me daily, right? And look at her. She's so beautiful. If you see the hawk, this one isn't a very good picture, but if you see a hawk up close, they've got these feathers over their eyes. Sexy eyebrows. Oh, God. They're really cool looking. So the red hawk is about guardianship. So I love this because it shows me my messenger's with me. You know, I've got my messenger working with me, because this is what it is for you guys. Whoever chose this pile. What's the spirit's pile according to the way I chose? I don't know how you guys chose. So spirit is saying you are being guided. Your vision is strong right now. And you have every reason to feel completely limitless because you have guardianship. This raptor is always known as the guardian and the messenger. They are generally up high, very, very high, perched up on, you see them up on telephone poles, you drive by on the freeway, they're up on the freeway overpass, up in tall trees. They spend 3/4 of their day there. And what they do is they observe everything. They have hawk eye. Their vision, they see things from so far away, they can forewarn you of things. That's why I give you these messages as the messenger. That's what I'm doing, right? Through spirit, you're getting warnings ahead of time. This is hopefully so that you can divert yourself from a disaster, right? But it also shows you of amazing possibilities. It shows you that this is coming. This opportunity is in front of you. So we got her upright, which is awesome, because it's telling you that your perception, that what you're getting, it's being heightened. You're going to be getting visions. You're going to be getting messages and signs, and they're going to be very clear over the next few weeks. So Spirit wants you to trust what you're getting, your intuition. Even if it seems weird to you, trust it. You think about the talons. Have you seen the talons? I could show you guys. I've got the talons of a red hawk. They're gnarly. And they can grasp, they can dig in, and they can hold on, and they can fly. Oh my God. So basically, the hawk is telling you, you can grasp onto something without fear. Without fear. They're encouraging you to go after the opportunity in front of you. Fearlessly. Do this. Their legs, they have a leg that's got scales on them. Isn't that weird? I mean, I'm an Aries and a Pisces moon. It makes me laugh because I'm the hawk spiritually. But I'm in a Pisces moon. I think of the fish. That made me laugh. They've got scaled legs at the back of their legs, and that's to protect them from snake bites. Because they can get the snake. What they do is they grab the rattler and they take it into the air, and then once the snake is off the ground, he's useless. And so they're equipped to handle the snakes. And that's what Spirit is showing you. With Red Hawk vision over the next few weeks, and the Red Hawk is so loud for me, we will be able to avoid the snake bites, the snakes in your life, the snakes in the grass, because we're going to be able to see ahead of time. You will have protection because Spirit's going to show you in your dreams and your visions and your higher self, the voices and the messages that you get. You're going to be able to be shown there's a snake in the grass. Protect yourself from that. Whoa, just through these messages today. Anything that was highlighted to you that was a ping, that was protection for you. Holy shit, how did she know that? I didn't particularly know your story, but Spirit did, and that's why you saw this video. So right now, Spirit's saying, go forward fearlessly, grasp the opportunity, you will be protected. This is the time to move. Ooh, love that. Whoa, well, but for some people, it's not the right time. Now that's interesting to me. The situation will improve. So now, this is interesting to me. I've got to think about this for a minute. Because if the Red Hawk is telling you, grasp the opportunities when they're present, you're going to see things. You're going to be protected. It's not the right time at this moment. because they said grasp the opportunity when it presents itself. So what is in front of you right now? Well, it's not in front of you right now because it's not the right time. When the opportunity presents itself, then you're going to grasp it because the situation is going to improve, right? The situation will improve. So when they say it's not the right time, it's not a no. It's just not right this moment. And Spirit told you already through the hawk that they're going to show you, either in a vision, in a dream. They're going to give you a message. It may be later today. It may be because the situation is going to improve. It's not right at this moment. It's not like, don't get on the phone right now and do it. Don't sign the deal. Don't make your call. Don't make your move. Not right now. But the situation is going to improve. The hawk's going to tell you when to jump on it, and then is when you jump on it. And at 1 minute and 15 seconds in, we're done. And I'm wrapping it up now. Hope you guys have a great day. I got to get ready because I got to meet my bestie. Love you guys.